Hi, welcome to another episode of our tech series where we talk about opportunities in tech and how you can explore them. In this episode of our tech series, we'll be talking about what you need to learn if you are new to web design. That is, if you want to become a web designer, what are some of the key basic skills you need to develop to become a web designer? The first one is HTML. HTML basically means hypertext markup language. It's just a language you need to structure a website, that is, to put elements or items that you want to display on your website in a good structure. And another thing you need to learn is CSS, which also means cascading style sheet. You actually need CSS to complement your HTML, because when you learn HTML, you only have a very, very basic and scanty website, which doesn't too look attractive. HTML just helps you to create structure, like I mentioned earlier, but CSS adds beauty to your website. You begin to add stuff like colors, you begin to position items on your website like images and write-ups in areas you want to have them. Another interesting thing you need to learn is JavaScript. JavaScript adds interactivity to your website, because when you design a website using HTML and CSS, it's known as a static website. That is, users can't really interact with the website. They can only see what you have on the website. But with JavaScript, you can add interactivity on your website. Example of an interactivity you could add on your website with JavaScript is maybe creating a slideshow. I believe probably you visited the website where you see images sliding, and you could even interact with the slideshows. Those are some of the interesting things you could do with JavaScript. And then lastly, you need to learn responsive website design. Responsive website design just basically means making your website scale and look the same or attractive and professional, irrespective of the device that your users are accessing your website. So let's say somebody visits your website on a mobile phone or a tablet or a web browser. Your website should still appear professional either way on any of those devices. So I'll say if you're learning HTML and CSS, you should give yourself 3 months to dedicated learning. Give yourself a lot of time, practice every day, at least 1 or 2 hours a day for at least 3 months. You should be able to gain good grounds with HTML and CSS. And JavaScript, for you to build good skills with the basics, you should also give yourself 2 months. But also take note that learning those stuffs within those 3 months and 2 months doesn't make you a professional. You just gain the basic skills. The learning never ends. So you need to give yourself a lot of time. It takes some over a year or 2 to become professionals in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you need to give yourself a lot of time. And if you do that, it will pay off. So these are some of my key takeaways for someone who is interested in learning how to design a website. I hope you learned something from it. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and also give this video a thumbs up. See you on the next episode.